We're bringing a little bit of drama into your lives tonight. You're watching DXB Today.
Welcome to another, what is it? It's a Wednesday. Wow, Wednesday. Theatre is thriving here in Dubai, and today we're taking a behind the scenes, see what we did there? A look at performing arts and artists right here in our city.
And there's always a lot going on, and we have travelling shows, local adaptations, and even original productions.
But nothing really beats watching a live performance. It just creates magical memories. But what are some of your magical performances that you remember, gents?
Well, over the last 23 years here in Dubai. Well, I'll start back in 1999 was my favourite. That was the first show I went to. The only thing I'll say about this is that I know that we're all going to say some of the big gigs, Rolling Stones in Abu Dhabi, Guns N' Roses here. But lest we forget, when we're talking live performances, it's everything from the big gigs down to some of the small productions in some of the theatres around the UAE, and all have been brilliant. And we've got so much more choice now. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah. Do you remember Duck Tack?
Yes.
Yeah. So I've seen some amazing performances in Duck Tack. I saw Swan Lake there. Yeah. That was fantastic.
Duck Tack was great for community theatre. Obviously, when Dubai Opera came in as well, we've seen some great performances down there. Musicals, Phantom the Opera more recently. What about you, though, Dylan?
I most recently saw The Lion King. I know I'm late. I've been trying to catch it in New York for ages, but I caught it here, so...
But then I think that is part and parcel of the growth of the performing arts here, is the fact that, you'd immediately think, wouldn't you, Lion King, West End, some of the other major capitals around the world. The fact that it's coming to the UAE now, coming to Dubai, brilliant.
I haven't even seen the film. I'm just going to put it out there.
If I had a red card, it would be served. Right, it's not just us talking all things theatre today. Our guest host has plenty of her own memorable performances on the stage, and she's closely involved with the world of theatre and the growing of theatre right here in Dubai. Time now to unveil the identity of our guest co-host tonight.
Hi, I'm Malvika Vardhan, and I am the guest host today, a dramapreneur at the Hive, and now at this table.
Great to have Malvika with us here on the show. We're excited to talk to Malvika about the future of theatre right here in Dubai and the UAE as a whole. But first, our very own up-and-coming theatre buff, shall we call him? Yes, Ahmed went down to the Courtyard Playhouse, no less, just heard about it, to learn some of the tricks of the trade.
Dubai is home to a lot of improv talent, and I'm here at Courtyard Playhouse, the place where they hold a lot of workshops and shows that showcase the local talent. So come with me and let's check it out. Okay, so I'm here with Marie. You guys have an amazing place. As soon as you walk in, you can just feel the energy and the vibe, and it's just great. So can you tell us more about this place? Why do we need a place like Playhouse here in Dubai?
I think what's so lovely about the Playhouse is the sense of community. So the people who take the workshops become part of the community, they help out with our evening programs, and it's not just a place you go to take a workshop, it's a place you can call home.
One tip that you can give someone that is just starting improv, what would you tell them?
My thing would be okay with making mistakes. People come into improv, and improv is all about making it up on the spot, and we teach people to be okay with failing. So once that thing is understood of it's okay to make mistakes, everything else will come so much easier.
And is there any rules and anything that people cannot cross or say or do maybe during an improv session?
Well, we're always mindful of where we are and to not be disrespectful to each other, but I feel like the one rule we would have in improv is don't say no. Because in improvisation, if you say no, you're stopping someone else's idea from moving forward. So by saying yes, you're creating a story, you're creating a scene.
Okay, that's very interesting. And I can't wait to go upstairs and try the warm-up with everybody. So let's go. How did you see yourself progressing since the day you started and up till now? Is it a big change?
Yeah, I think so. Improv doesn't only help you on stage. I think it helps you like outside as well. Like I'm a lot more social now. I'm a lot more confident now in the way I speak. I wouldn't say I'm a bit more mature now. But yeah, it's just helped me in all aspects of life. It's been great.
I'm not sure if I'm going to do improv for a living. As you saw, I still need a long way. But I'm glad I tried it out here with the guys because it took me back to my university days when I did theatre. If you're ever in Al Quoz, please stop by Courtyard Playhouse because it's going to be so much fun.
I think he done absolutely wonderful, and all in Kandora as well. So, Malvika, when it comes to like theatre and the future of theatre and what you're doing at the Hive, tell us more about that.
So the Hive is a drama and public speaking school for young people. We also work with adults, but predominantly we work with young people, schools. We have about 700 students. And what we try to do is use the language of theatre and the language of drama to teach young people how to be more confident, to find their voices, and to understand that their voices are important and must be used in the world in an effective way, right? Because if you look at it, no matter what job you have, whether that's politician or activist or doctor or engineer or lawyer, at some point you're going to have to face an audience and you're going to have to convince them of your ideas. And what we draw really from is that performative energy, the ability to walk into a room, read it, turn yourself into the person that they need to hear from, and share that idea, share that story in a way that converts an audience into believing what you're trying to sell them.
The whole world is a stage.
The world's a stage.
Well, Shakespeare over there, isn't it? You know, right? Talk to me about the theatre scene here. Obviously, we know there's a live music scene that's well established here. Theatre scene has taken a little while to get more established and hasn't got the funding that maybe live music has in the past. Are we still just scratching the surface of potential of live performance?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I think one of the struggles that we face as a young theatre in this city is that we see a lot of great acts, right? So you see a lot of big shows from Broadway coming down. You see some fantastic performances at spaces like Dubai Opera. But what we're lacking really is having the grassroots level theatre, get the kind of funding and support that it needs. So if you look at Dubai as a city, for example, we have some beautiful theatres, right, in public spaces and schools. But what's lacking is the connection between the everyday person who loves the arts, the person with a job in banking or insurance, who loves drama and wants to spend their evenings creating a play, but they're a little intimidated by the costs of what it's going to really mean to go and hire one of these theatres. So if we can bridge that gap, then I think Dubai will truly, truly be the city of the future when it comes to art.
Fascinating stuff. We'll hear more in a minute. It's time for a quick break, but when you come back, we're going to be taking you more from behind the curtain. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Now, when it comes to entertainment in Dubai, there's always something new going on in the city. And Ash has discovered the latest gem in the city, the Unwind Board Games Cafe on Hissa Street. Let's see what she's been up to.
We all have a bit of a competitive streak in us, but nothing, and I mean nothing, brings out the fighting spirit in me like board games. So I'm with the team that brought this really cool concept to life. Over here is Vi. He is the founder. And of course, I have the lovely Celeste, who is the social media manager. Guys, first of all, congrats on this new branch that you've opened, which is only a few months old. Tell me a little bit about how the idea behind Unwind came about.
Thanks, Aishwarya. The idea of Unwind started in 2018, actually, where we wanted to open a cafe and we wanted to be something different. And we always wanted to disconnect people from their phones. So the best way to do that is to get them talking. And the best way to do that is to put a game in front of them. With that, we did the research, bought enough board games from all over the world. Our houses were stacked with board games, which we were practicing. We did focus groups. We played games at people's houses to understand how they liked the game and such, whether they understood the concept. Then we opened our first store in 2019, March of 2019. And from there on out, it has been a wonderful journey. And this is our biggest store located in Zabir.
Celeste, what's really interesting about Unwind is that you have so many different activations. I love your murder mystery night. You're also participating in Comic-Con. I want to hear all about it.
We are taking part this year in Comic-Con, and we're providing free gaming as well as we sell board games there. And regarding the murder mystery, we do have a package which is a 3-course meal and a drink. And it's played with minimum 8 players to 25 players, and it's a murder mystery dinner, a party dinner, where you get characters and you're supposed to be playing in your character. There's a murder that takes place. You have to figure out who did it, and it's an amazing teamwork game.
So I'm going to tuck into some food. I understand that you have quite the unorthodox artisanal menu. Can you tell me more?
Our food menu is more international. It has a range of everything from burgers, pastas, pizzas, as well as we have steak, and we have specialty coffee. And the one you're going to try right now is the affogato. It's basically you're adding coffee to ice cream, and affogato means drowning the ice cream in coffee.
Wow, this is like a coffee and a dessert all in one. Not that I need any more of a caffeine cake, but if I did, this would be the next level coffee for sure. Bye, Celeste. This has been such a pleasure. This kind of brings back some old school fun where we actually sat opposite each other, looked at each other, had a conversation, a bit of a competitive spirit, all in friendly fire. Such a fun place. Thank you so much for having me here today. This has been an experience.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you.
Now, our next guest has a prolific career training the artists of tomorrow. And if you're an aspiring performer, you definitely need to speak to her. Please welcome Stacey Smith.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Lovely to be here today.
Excited to have you on, and more so asking for a friend, that might be an aspiring performer and they don't really know how to start. Where do they start?
Ooh, good question. It really just depends on, obviously, the age of the performer. Given an adult, perhaps. You should really start with, I would say, get involved in the community, maybe a community production, or there are a lot of really great performing arts schools where you can get involved in a company if you're more inclined to do more musical theater or Broadway, or let's say you want to get into songwriting, or just get up on stage with another instrument and perform in an open mic. It's good to just kind of gauge the community and see what you fall into first, and then give me a call.
I've got a question. Stacey, I know you do some work with music, and how important is it to have a little bit of music in your training to be a good actor or a good performer? I'm curious to know.
I find that it's absolutely essential. I work primarily with so I started my career prepping pop artists that signed major label artists to tours, and many, especially young female artists in particular, solo female artists would come in and they'd have songs that had been co-written or written for them, and they really had a voice of their own that wasn't
pushing through.
Exactly. And when you can play at least the piano or guitar, when you get into the session and you have more control over that session, when you can actually sit in there, play your chords to the others and express yourself. It gives you more power, and it gives you more freedom. You can perform without a band, let's say, when you get up on stage. And how great is it to hear just a phenomenal song just being performed with the singer and the piano live, and that's it, stripped away from anything else.
Sing it, Lane, sing it.
When you said
sing it.
Sing it back.
Sing your question.
When you said age, it seemed like so what about the more seasoned person?
Oh, such as yourself. Ooh, I think we need to have a little. When I, for example, when I get calls for potential clients, I always ask, okay, what stage are you in your career? Are you currently out there, let's say, doing open mics? Are you a songwriter? Are you producing? Have you produced albums before? Do you have experience in the studio yet? I've got to kind of gauge and see where you stand in all of this, and then hear your chops and see what we're working with, and then put a game plan together. And I think for someone that's an absolute beginner, I mean, I actually get a lot of calls here, specifically in Dubai, with adults that just want it for therapy, of all things.
Are you working with animation at the moment, is that right?
Oh, so that's something that I'm doing for myself.
Oh, that's for you,
That's actually, I have something, it's a very special project. I'm working with a fantastic illustrator and an animator, both. The most I can say is they currently work with Nickelodeon, and we have something in the works for the end of this year, early 2020.
So it's a watch this space thing, isn't it? Okay, watch this space. We'll get you back on to tell us all about that one in a little while. Susie, thank you so much indeed. Thanks so much indeed. All the best with what's going on, and thanks for joining us on the show. Lena, what we do next?
Yes, well, I'm going to speak to Stacey about that after show. I've got a few things I want to talk to you about. I've got something watch this space as well. Now, Malika, you've been here and you've watched, you've observed, you've been a part of the essence of what the show, but we want to test you.
What?
We want to test you.
This was a surprise. Nobody told me about this.
The drama has come out. So we want to see how good you know the show. We're going to give you 60 seconds. You're going to answer as many questions as you can in those 60 seconds. And we're going to just go right into it, starting from 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
What was our episode called today? Was it Wow Wednesday or Wonderful Wednesday?
Wow Wednesday.
That's the one. Which famous musical is in Dubai this week? Is it Shrek or Matilda?
It's Shrek, but it's soon going to be Matilda.
Oh, yeah. What was today's show about? Was it performing arts or Dubai restaurants?
Performing arts.
Yes, indeed. Which DXB presenter today went to the theatre? Was it Farhat or Ahmed?
Ahmed.
Yeah, there we go. Which theatre did he go to? Was it the Courthouse Playhouse? Yeah, there we go. What kind of theatre is the Courtyard Playhouse? Is it Opera House or Improv? There we go. Which DXB presenter visited the cafe in Dubai? Was it Ash or Nimi?
It was Ash.
There we go. What unique features does the cafe have? You can watch TV or play board games.
Play incredible board games. I've been there. I love it.
It's amazing, right? It's one of my favourites as well.
I love it.
All right, go. What was the cafe called? Rewind or Unwind?
Unwind.
There we go. Which guest did we have on the show? Was it Stacey or Tracy?
Stacey Smith.
Ooh, ooh. Yeah. Good effort, girl.
I think it's good. I think it's good.
I think it's good.
We've got the judges having a look at it. Oh, hang on, lawyers. Oh, it's a 10. Ooh, we're into double digits.
Wow.
And I think that means that you might well be on the top of the leaderboard. Can we see the leaderboard now? We'll get that leaderboard updated for you whilst they're doing that. Can't thank you enough for joining us. Oh, here it is. You are top of the leaderboard.
Yes.
Thank you.
In position. Yeah. Thank you so much indeed for joining. Great to have you with us. Thanks very much indeed for taking part as well. We'll see you very soon.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. I love your show. Great work.
Right, do not go anywhere. We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, a certain Jason Manford has been in town, and one of the DXB Today team have been catching up with him. That's coming up next.
Welcome back to DXB Today. We are with the talented and stylish singer, Ashani Shekhar. Listen, you are looking fantastic. And tell me about your eclectic background as well, because where are you from exactly?
I'm originally from India, Bangalore, but I grew up in Dubai my entire life. And I moved to LA for about 2.5 years. And, well, it's like a bit of everything. I'm international, but still, you know, I'm originally from Bangalore. But now I'm in Dubai.
Now you're here, you're doing your thing. So tell me about your latest single. How did you ever even get into music?
Oh my God, okay, so I started writing my own music in 2016, and I released my first album in Dubai itself with a producer named Beluni. So I worked on an entire album and I put it out in 2017, and then it's like I started just writing my own music since then, and I've just had wonderful opportunities here in Dubai. Like, it's been such an amazing experience, to be honest.
It's the place of opportunities.
Yes.
So where can we hear and see you and catch up with you, what you're going on?
Definitely Instagram is Shani Music.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to hearing a bit later. Everyone's excited in the studio. We're going to do this. But before we get into that, we're going to check out our man Faris, who had an amazing interview with a great person. Check this out.
Today I'm in Media City and I'm about to meet one of my heroes of comedy, Mr. Jason Manford, one of the top comedians from the United Kingdom. Going to be asking him about what it's like touring in Dubai and where we can hope to see him later on. Hey, it's Varys with DXB Today. I'm here with the legend from the north, Mr. Jason Manford, absolute legend. You're from Salford, and yes, funnily enough, my parents fell in love in Salford in the 80s, a Jordanian man, a British woman. Do you see that happening a lot up there?
That is very romantic for Salford, I've got to say. That's great.
University of Salford, in fact.
Really? Well, I was there myself, yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, and you've been here touring, you've been coming to the UAE for a long time now. Yeah. When you come here, do you feel like you need to tweak your content a little bit? Do you need to change your jokes around to sort of fit the diverse audience and just sort of stick to what you know?
No, a little, yeah. I mean, you've got to, there's obviously stuff that's not going to land, because it's specific for the Brits. But obviously a lot of Brits come to the show and they want to hear some stuff from back home and sort of memories from back home and what's going on back home. So it's just trying to judge it a little bit. Every so often you sort of, you're not anymore touch wood, but every so often you sort of go down an avenue where you think, oh, they've not seen this show, or they don't know this shop, or whatever it is, So, but it's just a bit of homework, and you're all right.
Yeah. Is there any sort of thing that makes the UAE audiences different to what you're used to? Obviously, you've toured all over the world. What would you note about the UAE audiences? It doesn't have to be positive. It could be about punctuality.
No, I guess the fact that it is a diverse crowd. I do get people from all over the place, and that just gives you a little kick up the backside to make sure you're staying relevant and people are able to still relate to you. What you don't want is 400 Brits laughing and then 3 Canadians and an Aussie and a Saudi sat there like, what's he going on about? So you do keep an eye on things and make sure everybody's having a good time.
Amazing. And I know we've spoken today. You did a press conference. You're going to have a act who's going to be joining you, Sanya. Yeah. She's of Indian heritage and she lives in the UAE. Yeah. Is that something you want to do more of? Have more diverse opening acts or people that you work with?
Yeah, I mean, fundamentally I go funny first, and then, before I've even seen the colour of someone's skin or where they're from or what gender they are, they've got to be funny, and I do that back home with my support acts. On the last tour we used 130 different support acts as I went across the country. I do it with the comedy clubs I've got. We try and make sure we've got mixed bills there. So fundamentally, as long as they're funny, they can come and support us.
That's the important thing. So tell us about the specifics, what you're doing in the UAE over the next few days. Where can we look forward to seeing you?
So I'm playing Abu Dhabi on the 12th of May, and that's the only show I'm doing in the UAE for the rest of this year, which I'll probably come back out next year at some point maybe. But I love just doing the shows. We're out in a holiday at the moment. I've got 6 kids, so I've come here, to be honest, I've come to have a chat with you just to get away from them for an hour.
That makes sense. You just left them by the pool?
Yeah, they're fine.
Think you might join them after this?
They're outside in the car, but we'll be fine.
Just crack a window open, it'll be fine. Thank you so much, Jason.
Pleasure.
A genuine pleasure.
All right, mate. Thank you.
6 kids. Just the 6. 6 kids. Just the 6.
Mashallah.
Right, before we go, don't forget that we've got our Mind Valley ticket giveaway for you this week. To win, simply go to the Dubai One Instagram page. Find the competition post there, follow the instructions and tell us why you should win those all-important tickets, and we'll be announcing the winner on Friday this week. In fact, didn't you meet Vishen, the founder? What's Vishen's vision?
He is transformational.
Oh.
He is, one word, transformational.
As an individual through this company?
Absolutely. You can tell why the company is transformational, because he has got such a major vision and he lives up to it.
So he's a transformer?
Yes, he is.
We've been there.
We have been there many a time. And this is a very transformational moment as well, actually. This is the first time we've done this, all 3 of us together. So
we're still talking at the end of the show, which is great, isn't it?
That's it for today's show.
I'm off. I've had enough.
Have a good night, everyone.
Hey guys, my name is Ashani and this is my single, Pretty Face. Let's go.
I'm not just a pretty face, more than just a pretty face. You gotta love me from my mind, not my body. You gotta love me from my mind, God is calling. I'm not just a pretty face, more than just a pretty face. You gotta love me from my mind, not my body. You gotta love me from my mind, I am sorry. I wasn't myself so slowly. Push myself through, but I'm lonely. Looking at myself, broken mirrors, I'm in hell, yeah. Hold myself together, please show me. Drowning in forever, you don't own me. Don't recognize myself, I don't know who she is. Is it me or the girl that calls me? I'm not just a pretty face, nah, nah, nah. More than just a pretty face, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta love me for my mind, not my body. You gotta love me for my mind, God is calling. I'm not just a pretty face, more than just a pretty face. You gotta love me for my mind, not my body. You gotta love me for my mind, I ain't sorry. I let you in, I let you define me. Break me down to 1,000,000, I'ma hold me up to 1,000,000,000. Yeah. Tell me things that make me lie to me, yeah. Lost my word in a second from my love for a feeling. Got me in my feelings, I'm not just a pretty face, more than just a pretty face. You gotta love me for my mind, not my body. You gotta love me for my mind, God is calling. I'm not just a pretty face, more than just a pretty face. You gotta love me for my mind, not my body. You gotta love me for my mind, I ain't sorry. All the days I will see tears, yeah. You ain't worth it, I'ma fight my fears. God is thirsty for a love like this. You can call me Queen of Shine. I ain't gonna sit quiet, I'm on it. South Asian in my blood. Loving people ain't enough. You ain't gonna do the work, you just ain't enough, yeah.